Hey everyone, it's Agu here today, and today we're going to be talking about something interesting. Something that was made by a famous YouTuber that was really stupid. So I'm sure all of y'all have know GradeAUnderA. He's a very well-known, I would say, YouTuber. His highest video, I think, view is 17 million, which is insane. It's crazy. So he made a video on COVID-19 that was taken from his main channel. I'm watching a re-upload version of it from somebody else. I don't know who that is. So it must have been pretty bad for it to be taken down by a guy like GradeAUnderA, because he usually, I think, is known for making controversial videos. I've looked at his channel. It's, you know, usually talking about how stupid things are. And then you have the fact that he has a few cancel culture videos and political correctness videos on his channel. So maybe he does dip his toes in the waters of anti-SJW-ism time to time. I don't know what his political stance are, but the fact that this COVID-19 video got taken down doesn't look good. Maybe he's center-right, could all the way be far-right, could be conservative. I don't know. I mean, Republicans these days are far-right, so I don't know. I'm not going to make too many assumptions, but I'm going to assume he's leaning slightly right-wing if he's going to make bad COVID videos or anti-vaccine or anti-COVID videos. Not anti-COVID videos, like downplaying COVID, you know. So yeah, let's just get into it, man. I don't have a positive bias for this guy. I probably have a negative bias, so I'm going to be aware of that and try for that to not affect me. I don't want that to affect me. All right, let's get to it, man.
I count slowly. Mate, COVID sucks. Stopped us from going to restaurants and gym, stopped us from travelling around, and even stopped us meeting up with friends. Not that I ever did any of those, right? Mate, I barely leave the house. But still, it sucked. But seriously, I feel like some people don't really know COVID at all.
Now we have over 120 million dead from COVID.
See? Don't know COVID at all. So
That's true. It's only not only, I shouldn't say only, but compared to that number is 4.55 million deaths. So I don't know, 120 million over deaths. I think that's what Joe Biden probably made a mistake. That was okay. So is he gonna make a point saying that like COVID is not that deadly or something? I don't know. I hope he doesn't. Hope he's just trying to be a fact checker or something. But if the video got taken down again, probably, and it's gonna be the former rather than the latter that I mentioned. And second, I want to make the point that his presentation is annoying. Is it just me, or is he like really obnoxious? Like his presentation, it's annoying. It's like over the top. I don't know. I don't like the way his accent is in this video. I don't think hopefully he doesn't actually talk like that, but it's hard to listen to. I probably would have clicked off this video if I wasn't doing a video on this video. You know what I mean? Like I probably would have clicked off pretty quickly. Let's watch the video.
Thought I'd about, mate. Because we all want to defeat COVID, right?
Yeah.
And to defeat your enemy, you must first know your enemy. So in order to fully know COVID, right, I thought I'd make a quick video showing just how deadly it is by looking at the numbers. Because what's that quote, right? Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. See? They don't lie. And come to my Twitch afterwards, right? We'll have a nice debate about all this if facts make your butt hurt. Let's go!
Once I start counting, it's very hard to stop.
Let's do a fun little exercise. Okay, to start, right, let's pick a random number of people. I don't know, let's say, 37,594.
Okay.
Yep, totally random. This is 1 pixel, and this is 37,594 pixels. Each pixel representing one person in our test group. Say hi, test group. Hello. Hi, mate. On the queue. Okay, so let's take this group of 37,594 people, right, and infect them all with COVID. For science. And in order to understand just how deadly COVID is, right, or isn't, let's run a little simulation on our cute little test group to see how badly it decimates them. Let's go!
I could count forever, count until I drop.
So first of all, right, we need to know how many of our test group will die by finding out COVID's kill rate. COVID is deadly great, but it's like 70% or something.
I've never heard a doctor say that it's 70%. What is he talking about? What? 70%? My boy, nobody has said it's 70%. Fact check me if I'm wrong, but nobody has said 70%, my boy. 70%? Yeah, dog, that's crazy. 70% is nuts. Ain't no way anybody said 70%, dude. 70%, that's crazy.
It's just over 2%. What? Yeah, mate. 220 million have gotten COVID with final outcome so far, of which over 215 million have survived. That's a 98% survival rate. Really? Mate, that's pretty crap for a deadly disease, no?
Okay, so moron, you have to understand, just because someone recovers from the deadly COVID doesn't mean they won't have long COVID effects. I saw a video where some woman said that she has memory loss issues. Some people say they can't breathe really well. All sorts of issues have been reported because of COVID. And we still don't quite understand the effects of long COVID. So yes, even if you recover from COVID, which a lot of people have, it's still going to affect you. We have no idea what it's going to do. So yeah, you don't really want to get infected. And yeah, 2%, it doesn't sound like much. But when you have 220 million people and 2% of that is 4 million. 4 million people have died in the world because of COVID-19. That is not a joke. So yeah, just because it's a less percentage, that's a misleading thing to say, because it has over 220 million people that is infected. And it's killed 4 million. That's a lot of people that have died. Bro. And you made the argument that I thought you were going to make, the whole it's not deadly thing. Ugh, I wish I was wrong sometimes. Especially when it comes to conservatives, I wish I was wrong about what their intentions are, what they're going to say. Because I've watched a lot of these COVID videos and it's starting to get a little bit predictable. It's not deadly, or they'll say like, yeah, that's the usual thing. It's not deadly, or the vaccine doesn't help, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's the usual misinformation they be putting out. Anyways, yeah, so 2% of 220 million, it's a lot of people. It's not a small percentage. It's a lot of people that have died. The fact that you're downplaying that is insane, bro. Absolutely insane. Lack of any sort of empathy or understanding of what the families of those people or the people, their friends are going through. And the fact that those people lost their lives because of this disease. They didn't deserve that. Come on now. No one said 69% death rate though. Can you show me somebody who said that this virus was going to have a 70%, 69% kill rate? Nobody has ever said that.
Not gonna lie, pussy. Which, if we apply to our simulation, that means that of our 37,594 people who we gave COVID, right, a grand total of 838 will die. Ah, rest in peace, boys. But let's analyze those 838 further. By seeing what ages COVID affects.
Count until I drop. Ha ha! 1, 2, 3.
Ah, COVID is deadly great. It kills people of all ages, young and old, equally and indiscriminately. Wrong.
Bro, who's saying that? Like, this is pissing me off. Nobody's saying that, man. Nobody's saying that. In fact, we've been saying, I shouldn't say we, like as if I'm a doctor. But like the doctors, the experts, like, don't listen to me. If you don't believe me and you think I'm an idiot, which I am in a lot of ways, like, okay, fine, don't believe me. But look at the doctors. Look at the experts, the microbiologists, you know, whatever you call them, all those different types of people who have an understanding of COVID-19. They have all said that it does not affect people equally. We all know that. For example, younger people have a much higher chance of survival than people who are older. And also, people with pre-existing conditions, especially respiratory conditions, are far more vulnerable than people without those conditions. We all know this. This isn't news. This was actually explained pretty early on that, oh, people with, it's a respiratory, it attacks your lungs, right? So yeah, people with respiratory problems or, you know, illnesses or issues, whatever, they have much more higher chance of dying from COVID than people without it. And people with other pre-existing conditions, because it weakens your immune system, yada yada, you know, it also can be much deadly. And people who are older with a weaker immune system, or people who are with pre-existing conditions and older, oh, they're very, very under threat. That's why long-term care homes, for example, were so negatively affected. And a lot of people died, much higher percentage died in long-term care homes than, let's say, with younger people because of the age gap and the physical differences, right? Physiology differences. So yeah, nobody ever made that argument. You're literally attacking a straw man argument that you've made up yourself. I don't understand. This is really making me mad. Like if you're gonna do a fact video, or you're gonna do what people don't know about COVID, please actually expose something real. Stop making a straw man and attacking it. You're sounding exactly like Crowder or Shapiro or any of these other idiotic conservatives who make up stuff and attack straw man. Straw manning is like one of the conservatives' biggest weapons, so to speak, to convince people of their stupidity,
Because according to these death numbers from the CDC, combined with these numbers...
Yeah, Census Bureau. But this is from 2000 and 2010, but okay.
From the U.S. Census, if you're over 45, you will die from COVID than someone under 18. What? And if you're over 65, mate, you're almost 2,500 times more likely to die. Oh my God! Yeah, mate, COVID is an old people disease.
Bro, what? It's not an old people disease. It affects young people too. Yeah, it doesn't kill them, but just because something doesn't kill you doesn't mean that it's bad for you. That it isn't bad for you. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry, what the heck? My camera angle's moved a little bit. What? Yeah, okay. Just because something doesn't kill you doesn't mean that it isn't bad for you, buddy. It is bad for you. That's crazy. Who makes that argument? What the hell, bro? Would you want to voluntarily get the flu? Whatever, it doesn't kill me. No, because it makes you feel terrible. And COVID is way, way worse than the flu. It can get you hospitalized, or it can have long-term effects that have been reported, like fatigue. Let me look up for the long-term effects of COVID right here. Let me look. Okay, so here's the long-term effects of COVID. Most people have COVID disease, recover within a few weeks, but some people, even those who had mild versions of the disease, continue to experience symptoms after the initial recovery. These people sometimes describe themselves as long haulers, and the conditions have been called post-COVID-19 syndrome or long COVID-19. These health issues are sometimes called post-COVID-19 conditions. They're generally considered to be effects of COVID-19 that persist for more than 4 weeks after you've been diagnosed with COVID-19 virus. Older people and people with many serious medical conditions are the most likely to experience lingering COVID-19 symptoms, but even young, otherwise healthy people can feel unwell for weeks to months after infections. Common signs and symptoms that linger over time include fatigue, shortness of breath, I accidentally opened the wrong window, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, cough, joint pain, chest pain, memory concentration or sleep problems, muscle pain or headache, fast or pounding heartbeat, loss of smell or taste, depression or anxiety, fever, dizziness when you stand, worsened symptoms after physical or mental activities. These have been reported grade A under A, so there is long-term effects. Organ damage by COVID-19. Heart imaging tests after recovery from COVID-19 have shown lasting damage to the heart muscle, even in people only experience mild COVID-19 symptoms. This may increase the risk of heart failure or other heart complications in the future. Lungs. Type of pneumonia often associated with COVID-19 can cause long-standing damage to the tiny air sacs, alveoli, in the lungs. This resulting scar tissues can lead to long-term breathing problems. Brain. Even in young people, COVID-19 can cause strokes, seizures, and Guillain-Barré syndrome, a condition that causes temporary paralysis. COVID-19 may also increase the risk of developing Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease. Some adults and children experience multi-system inflammatory syndrome after they have COVID-19. In this condition, some organs and tissues become severely inflamed. Blood clots and blood vessel problems. COVID-19 can make blood cells more likely to clump up and form clots, while large clots can cause heart attacks and strokes. Much of the heart damage caused by COVID-19 is believed to stem from small clots that block tiny blood vessels. Problems with mood and fatigue. Post-traumatic stress syndrome, depression or anxiety, just because surviving the experience. Because it's difficult to predict long-term outcomes for new COVID-19 virus, scientists are looking at the long-term effects seen in related virus, such as the virus that cause severe acute respiratory syndrome SARS. Many people who recover from SARS have gone to develop chronic fatigue syndrome, a complex disorder characterized by extreme fatigue that worsens with physical or mental activity but doesn't improve with rest. Same may be true for people who have had COVID-19. So similar virus, which is an acute respiratory syndrome, causes a lot of, basically attacks your lungs, has caused fatigue issues in the long term. And COVID-19 is a different beast from SARS. So we don't know what that's going to do. So yes, it affects everybody that it touches. It affects. Many long-term COVID-19 effects are still unknown. So here, it is important to remember that most people who have COVID-19 recover quickly, but the potential long-lasting problems from COVID-19 make it more important to reduce the spread of COVID-19 by following precautions. We know social distancing, avoiding crowds, vaccine, keeping hands clean, social masks. We know the drill by now. So yeah, that's a horrible argument. It's not an old people's disease. It affects all of us. It might affect us differently, but it affects all of us. And long-term COVID effects are nothing to joke about. Okay? It's nothing to joke about. It's nothing to not take seriously. Sorry, it's a ridiculous statement, old people disease. So basically, because it only kills old people, we shouldn't care about it? Ridiculous.
Conclusion from our simulation, mate, that for every 37,500 who are old as fuck and are already in one not old as fuck person who isn't already sick out of 37,500 people. Seriously, what kind of deadly disease?
Only kill the old, fat, and sick. Lol, pathetic. Why don't you kill someone respectable? I don't know if I can say this word. Get your stuff together. Lol, you suck, COVID, but he literally just said that. Only kill old, fat, and pathetic. Only kill the old and fat and sick. Why don't you kill someone respectable? So anyone who's old, fat, or has a pre-existing health condition isn't respectable? Wow. I thought I might be, reading too much into it when I said that he views people with health conditions and old people and, stuff lesser than other people. People who are the opposite of those things, who are young and in great shape. And what was the other one? Sick, who are not sick. Young and healthy and, not sick, healthy. They're better than those who are not. So he's showing ageism. He's showing, what is it? What do you call that? When people don't like fat people, or not fat people, like people who are overweight or whatever. What do you call that? I don't know what you call that. I forgot that. But he's prejudiced against those people. And he thinks that those and the sick people. So he thinks people who are sick, older, or maybe overweight are lesser than people who are not those things, who are the opposite, you know what I mean? That's a disgusting argument. Who are you to determine who's valuable? Human beings valuable. Human beings' value is, to me, based on their character. Are they a good person or not a good person? Most people are, we have good and bad parts in us. But I'm saying is, in overall, you're good or bad person. And that to me is your value, not whether you're slim or thick or overweight, underweight, medium weight. You know what I mean? Whether you're older, you're middle-aged, you're younger, you're like you're straight out of the womb or out of the stomach. That's not what it determines it. Or whether you're got a six-pack and your muscles are like this, like bulging like this, and your muscles got muscles on them. Or you're very skinny, or you're not you're like me, who's not really that muscular. It doesn't really mean, that doesn't determine your value in my eyes. What determines it is, are you a good person or not a good person? Overall, I mean. And this guy is saying, no. It's, are you healthy, not old, and do you not have any pre-existing conditions? Are you not old? Are you powerful? Are you physically strong? Physically fit. So that's how he grades people's value, bro. Which is so disgusting. Wow. So he's basically saying we're not losing anyone important. We're just losing the undesirables. Wow, bro. So you think 4 billion people in this planet were undesirable? You have no right or no justification for that, for saying that, man. It's ridiculous. An absolute disgusting world point of view. Absolutely disgusting point of view, man. So terrible. Saying that undesirables are dying, so who cares? Anyone dying is a tragedy, bro. Unless it's like an evil guy like Hitler or something. That's not a tragedy. But what I'm saying is, obviously the majority of people are not like that, overwhelmingly. So, yeah, it is a tragedy that so many people have died. And you making the argument that, oh, you don't have to worry about COVID. We shouldn't have really lockdowns. People are overreacting. We're really only losing old people, overweight people, and people with pre-existing conditions. That's all. The undesirables. Who cares about them? Are you psychotic, bro? Go talk to a doctor or something. Like, go talk to a therapist, my boy. You need some help. You need some help if you think that way. But what's wrong with you? You guys, it's crazy. Dude actually made that argument unironically. So yeah, that's terrible. What a terrible argument.
Mate, it's shit!
1, 2, 3, 4, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah.
So to summarise, we have found that COVID has a 2% death rate, right? And kills mostly the old, fat, and immunocompromised. Big word. So much so that literally tens of thousands of people have to be infected with COVID for it to kill just one healthy person under the age of 45. Very scary. I'm sure you'll all agree. Listen, COVID's been talked about like it's this deadly thing that wants to and will kill everybody, right? But after seeing these crap figures and specific demographics, I can't help but feel that there's been a lot of fear-mongering going on.
Okay, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. So just because it only kills people who are older, overweight, and have pre-existing health conditions, it's not scary. It doesn't, it's not a big deal. Again, I've just said this, like he's making that argument that they have less value than those who are young and healthy and don't have pre-existing health conditions. Absolute maniac here. Complete lack of empathy. Very disgusting behavior that I would only expect from a conservative. But it's disappointing to see any YouTuber, especially someone with the reach of GradeAUnderA's, do this. But at least he got so much backlash, I guess, that he had to take it down. But yeah, that's really bad. Horrible take, bro. Horrible. You're just digging your grave. You're digging it deeper and deeper. It's not helping you.
You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, right? Has it killed a lot of people? Absolutely. But is it an equal risk to everyone? Absolutely.
You're literally arguing a straw man points. No one's ever said it's an equal risk to everyone.
Not. And it'd be a lot to say it is.
The count.
This video's getting long enough as it is, right? But I hope it's helped you make your own decisions on COVID. Video on vaccine soon. And listen, right, no sponsor on this video.
It's made me decide. You know what it's made me decide? It's made me decide that you're an idiot, Grade A. That you have no idea what you said. So it's helped me realize what you are. So thanks for that. It's helped me realize that you're a moron who has no idea what he's talking about. Like, you're talking about, you're attacking, dude. You're attacking a straw man argument that nobody has made. And you're... and then you're defeating that argument and saying, oh, look how smart I am. Like, no, you look like an idiot. A moron. Like, you look evil because you're saying that basically old, overweight, and people with pre-existing health conditions don't really matter. So, it's whoever, right? It's not that deadly since it's only killing them, right? It's like, whoa. And this is such a horribly put together video. Like, completely broke it apart. And I'm not even the smartest guy on this side of the aisle on the left. So I'm pretty sure that other people have broken this down even more, like Vosh and Hassan and, Shark and other lefties, Dylan Burns, I don't know, whoever. This is ridiculous. I don't know what to say because I think I pretty much said everything I needed to say during the video. But if GradeAUnderA's or any of his fans are watching this, please do your research and have empathy for those who have suffered because of COVID and have had friends and family and other loved ones die because of COVID, right? And understand that that fate shouldn't be on anybody. And all the 4.55 million people that have died, it's tragic that they've died. Yeah, that's it. If you like the video, like it. Please leave a comment. Tell me how bad this video was. Hit the bell button if you want to know when I'm going to be posting exactly. You'll know it then. Subscribe, obviously. See y'all on the next video. I'll be probably streaming the day after I record this.